Good morning. It is September 29th of 2024, and we are going to create a watch list going into the final week here for September. And we are streaming live on Discord as well. So for those of you who follow X or Twitter and would like to join, there is a link to the Discord. One of the things that we always start with is the general direction of the market, and these are the four ETFs that we follow: SPXL, TNA, TQQQ, and UDOW on the daily. And you can see that we are at an A12, 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 and B2. So what does that mean? That means that we have been up above the 10-day moving average here for 12 days without crossing back over. And over here, you can see that TNA is now starting to cross over to the downside. We use this to determine the trend. So TNA is the first one to actually get below this. So everything else, in my opinion, has had a nice long run, and we really need to rest either by coming back to the 10 or coming back through. So we'll see what happens here, but something else that we'll do is we're going to use our thinkorswim scan, and we're going to look at the three bar setups, and I'm going to do that within my personal basket. We could do it for the entire market, but these are the ones that I follow, so we'll just do the scan for the week here. And we can see that we've got what, maybe 15 of these. So let's go ahead and let's take a look and see if any of these are potential setups going into next week. We're going to scan by the 2x10 here, and basically Starbucks came up, and it's been 2 days since it's crossed back above the 10 here, and then 7 bars here above the 10 for the week. Looks like Starbucks wants to get back up to previous high here, right there. And if we do that, we've got an inside bar here with a trigger of 98.16. So I will set an alert here for 98.16. And if we get triggered in, I'll look to trade that back up to this 99.51 area. 99.51. So put Starbucks on your list. This is one that may or may not work, but we don't know until we get in there and take the trade. Let's see here. I need to translate this from Monica. And she said, I would like to see the repetition. Said, if I don't see only the voice, if you publish it later, I will look at it. Thank you so much. So when I upload this to YouTube, Monica, you'll be able to translate it there as well. Um, for now, though, we'll just do it here live. Now, keep in mind that Starbucks here could also go two down because it's an inside bar, and that would be a 97.19 trigger to the downside. And if it does that, I think a good target for that would be the gap fill right here. And I always mark my gap fills with a dash. Roughly that area, it's not exact. Learn how to trade back to an area, and you'll do fine. So that is one that we will watch. We'll add this to our basket, and let's see, we'll put it in the third quarter right here. Yeah, it's hard to believe the third quarter is almost over. Best Buy is one that caught my attention as well. You can see that we have a nice run here above the 10 for 4 days. One of the reasons I did not take it is because this is the previous high according to how I draw support and resistance. But if it manages to hold this area right here, I'll look to trade it back up to here. But it has to hold this area right there. And then we'll trade it back to that area. It's a quick trade, but hopefully it can get back up there. It looks really good on all time frames. Look at this thing. We've got the 2, 1, 2 in force for the year, 2, 2, 2 continuation here, and then of course the 2, 2, 2, or this is actually inside right now. So it looks good. Try to trade it back up to here or possibly higher because, I mean, look, Best Buy used to be somebody up here at the 141.97. So add Best Buy to your list as well. Everything else here, like Under Armour, you can see this is an A10 and this is too extended for me. Anything past 5 is extended. What I would like to see for Under Armour, if you want to get into this trade, have it come back to this area right here and retest. So this is how I would draw this. You know, drawing the right side is a lot harder because it hasn't happened yet, but that's where you need to have some vision with all this as well. So you can see that we got our breakout right through here and we took out the previous high of right there and here as well. But now what I wanted to do, I wanted the TTO come back down through here and either bounce off the 10 or this support level and then go back up. Otherwise, it could just be a failed breakout here and it could go right back down, right? Because this would be your broadening pattern right here as well. So we don't know what it's going to do. We just know that there are possibilities here. So that's how I look at it, right or wrong. That's how I trade it, and therefore that's what I will do. I'll add Under Armour and just kind of keep an eye on it. Urban, same thing, 10 days. I'm not interested in that. 10 days. Um, Basically, I mean, you can see where it's kind of struggling in this area right there. And if it does go higher, you know, maybe it goes up to here. That's not enough of a big enough move for me. I would much rather see it come back up here, fail, and then go right back down to take out this target here or go down to there. Uh, Either which way, it could. We'll see what happens with that. I don't like this big shooter right here, or this 3 bar right here. That's ugly to me. It looks like it's going to come back up here and possibly retest the 10 and then roll back over. FI, too extended. Fiserv, too extended. 11 days up and 12 days up on the week. Not for me. USFD, B01. And this is what I'm talking about as far as when a stock corrects. When it runs for a long time, and here it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They're not shy about getting out. And you can see that this 1 bar right here wiped out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days, almost 10 days of price action in one day. That right there is big money getting out of this trade. And because of that, you can see that we set up the 3 bar here for the week. So if you're looking to trade this down, you want to first of all see this pause in here. And what I mean by that, so tomorrow maybe you see it come back up here, retest this 10 and then close inside day. And if it does close inside day, then you're looking for the continuation back down to take out this low right there. Or maybe it just continues lower and takes out that low right there. So that's what I'm always looking for on a pullback, is that I want to see the big strong candle to the downside, and then I want to see this pause right here. Hopefully that makes sense. DKS, you can see that we are on a B01 and a B03 here on the week. This tried to go higher And this is a great example of a stock getting sold into. Uh, you can see right here, we're at all-time highs for the year. And then on the quarter, you can see the broadening formation right there to the top. You can also see it here to the quarter. And this is one of the reasons why I don't chase stocks that are at all-time highs for the year. Another one that we'll go over briefly is Walmart, but let's finish up here with Dick's. But this isn't uncommon where you'll see this broadening formation on the week, and then you'll have this pause. That's the pause I was talking about on the daily, but here it's on the weekly, and then the sharp sell-off. You can say that was earnings related, maybe, maybe not. But one thing about it is that they did broaden this out. They stopped everyone out here, and now they could be going down like that to take out this even lower. Uh, that right there is also a target. That is a target right there. So DKS could be a good one to the downside here. Just let it set up again. Let it set up. They always set up. I'm going to add this to my third quarter. Roblox is another one. Big price action. You can see on the 3 month here how we took out this previous high over here, and then we tried to get higher, it sold off, and then it tried to gap up and go higher and it sold off, and then right here too it sold off. So there is someone right here at this 47.19 area who wants this to go lower. And one of the things that you can see on the bigger time frames is that this 3, someone's going to win. Someone is going to win. So they're either going to push this to the downside or they're going to push it right back up. Um, it could go either way because this is set up for a 222 reversal back up here, or it could go continuation back down to this area right there to complete the broadening formation. Roblox will be a good one to watch. Let's add that one. And DKS was another one that I forgot to add. ZOM, ExxonMobil. Again, a lot of volatility here. 3 bars. Lots and lots and lots of 3 bars on this scan. Of course, that's the scan, but it just goes to show you that there's a lot of volatility in the market as well. Exxon, you can see, is just kind of doing nothing for the year. It's outside bar, inside for the quarter here, and so maybe if we can get going, they can take this out. But it's going to have to show me a lot more. If it does take out previous high, it's going to be in this area right here, 118.16. Otherwise, this could be a 2-2 reversal to come back down here and take out that low as well. Let's see, CVX. Oops, don't want to buy that. CVX, same thing, same setup, 3, and then with possible 2-2 reversal. Man, I keep hitting the wrong button here. PAA, same thing, 3. This is the pause I was talking about. You see that right there? That's the pause, and now we're looking for the continuation up or the continuation to the downside. One of them that I said that we were going to go over, and I forgot, was Walmart. And this is a good example, too, of one that's at all-time highs for the year, for the quarter, for the month. And now finally on the week here, we have this 2-2 reversal possibly set up to come back to the 10. Very, very extended. We had a guy in the group who actually wanted to take this trade back up to previous high, and he had mentioned this, and I told him that I'm not getting into this thing because I ran this trade from here all the way up to this day right here and then got out. So it's going to have to pull back on the bigger time frames before I'm even interested in trading Walmart again. Let's see, Targa, same thing. Energy 3, LTH, all-time highs. all-time highs. And so hopefully these stocks that have moved to all-time highs are going to pull back where you can trade these back down to a target like that. And then Rubric, this is a fairly IPO. Look at how ugly this thing is. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Now this is great if you know how to trade this, but if you don't, you're going to get killed in this because price is doing absolutely nothing. Look at the last 5 months here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That right there, ugly, unless you're selling the put on this trade. Matter of fact, that's probably not a bad idea. Let's see what the options look like on this thing. Oh, I already have one in there. Or no. Nope, I don't. That's my MVDL. Rubric, let's see what the options look like on this. I'm on a new workstation, that's why a lot of this is, yeah, these options are horrible. So you wouldn't even consider trading options in Rubric. Let's see if we have something else here set up for a 2-2 rev for the week. We love to trade 2-2-2 reversals here. And Smuckers, no, that one's ugly. BA, look at BA here. This one, boy, it just keeps selling off. If it does trigger, you would try to trade this back up to here for your first target, and then possibly back up to the 10 for your second. Full disclosure, I actually did take a small position in this long for my wife's account, just because it's getting to the point where I think BA is just too cheap. Uh, it took out the previous low here on the month, and hopefully now buyers are going to step in and take this thing 2-2 rev back to the upside. So that's one of the reasons why I kind of took a small position here in BA. For those of you who have been with me for a while, this is the previous low for the chart, which was 159.70, and our saying is too low, now it's time to go. So hopefully we can get this sideways action here and then come back up and run to 195. Excel is trying to reverse here on the year. Look at the hammer. Look at this action here on the quarter. Inside and up. That's amazing. Let me synchronize my crosshairs here, and we'll see where the entry was on this. Yeah, right in this area right here. Beautiful entry. And then here's the shakeout, and then here's the move higher. And you can see right here, it took out previous high right there. It's amazing how it does that. Just runs the previous high. Clorox, same thing. We're inside year. We've got a possible 2-2 reversal here. So now that we've consolidated through this area, now you want to see this thing follow through and come back up to here. That's how I would trade that. Keep in mind you have earnings coming up on the 31st, about a month out. IP, same thing, 2-2-2 reversal. If it goes, trade it back up here to this 50.68. Hormel, 2-2 rev set up here. Don't like the shooter right here, but this one, again, this is a condo play where it took out the previous low for the year, got too low, now it's time to go. Hopefully this thing can reverse as well. Yeah, look at that, it got down there. And last but not least, ELF, another great example of how a stock is at all-time highs for the year, and basically for the quarter at one time it was at an all-time high, and then look at how they paused it for a quarter, and then this was the we're getting out right here, and they just did it for the last 3 months. Look at where this thing fell right here. This was your setup right here, your 2-2 rev, and then look at how this thing just sold off in the earnings. That's a beautiful move. And along the way, of course, you know, your first target would have been here, and then here, and then down here. And then if you had a runner left, the gap fill right there. Beautiful move. I missed this one. Hopefully someone got into it, but wow, that just goes to show you how they can take out the previous high and the previous low, right? And then hopefully set up and go right back up here for the next 3 months. Love how stocks do that. One that we talked about earlier in the week was TCOM. Just to give you another example of how anything can happen in the market, I had tweeted this thing and basically posted this daily setup, and we got in right in here, and then we caught the gap up here, and I took the money because it gapped up, I think 3 or 4 bucks here, and then I should have gotten back into here on this 2-2 at the end of the day, and I think Santiago actually took this trade, but I think he got out at the same time I did because it kind of uh, sold off on some smaller time frames. So I was content with just making the $5 move here, and then the next day they gapped it up, and then they gapped it up even more. Just an amazing move all the way past here. But that's all I really have. There's really not a lot out there. We really need the market to digest this 12-day move here in SPXL and TQQQQ and in UDOW. And until then, I'm really not looking to go long a whole lot. I will look at TNA and watch this and probably sell some puts against it if it sets up. But in my opinion, TNA is the one to watch here because if we do manage to start to reverse, that's your first target, that is your second target, and then that is your third target. So hopefully this helps you out. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you have any questions, as always, please either post something and I will do my best to reply, or come and join us in the Discord server. We'd love to have you. So until then, take care and God bless.